I think that there are very few psychics, real psychics, out there. There are so many scam artists out there, so many people that are just after the money. I've been in New York since I was 28 and I'm about to be 66. Started palmistry in my late 20s, so it was probably my mid-30s before I was actually practicing it. It is a science. Anybody can read hands, and especially read hands the way that the sidewalk psychic reads hands. People want to know things that nobody can tell them, although a lot of people who think they know will tell them what they want to hear or whatever they think that, they can get away with. Predicting the future, that's not something that I do. Well, based on a person's character, kind of say that unless they change, it's likely that they're moving in this direction, that this is what's going to happen. You can get a lot of detail from the lines in the hands. So you'll know just how vulnerable a person is. You'll know whether they're having relationships problems or not. And if it feels right, I'll come out and say it. Even though sometimes I'm not exactly sure that I'm right. Of course, you can tell whether you're right or not wrong just by looking at the person, because it'll show in their eyes. If you're on the wrong track, you've got to go make a detour. And people who take advantage of people are really good at that. It's reading the body language and the signs and things like that. I've kind of established 12 basic character types. That's how I see the hands, and that's based on astrology, as you have 12 signs. I prefer to use a Jungian typology, so that there's 4 basic, thinking, feeling, intuitive, and I call it practical, but sensation type. And then within those 4 types, there are 3 modalities, meaning very flexible hands, which shows a very adaptable person, very inflexible hands, which shows a very fixed person. And then there's a cardinal type who, is very active, and they have very elastic hands. We're all living these archetypes in ourselves and attracted to other archetypes who are still the same old gods that, in Greek and Roman mythology. And everybody falls into it. Everybody fits. There's nobody that doesn't fit. Every journey is the same journey, only different. Well, when I look at your hands, I see a basically square palm with shortish fingers. Mm-hmm. It tells me you're a sensation type, and you're fixed because the thumb is sort of stiff, and there's this connection between lifeline and headline here. Shows me that change is challenging for you, that beginnings and endings are hard.
I would say the palm reading was about 80 to 90% accurate. It was quite surprising what he could gather out of just my hands. But it wouldn't surprise me if you said those same words to somebody else and you got 90, 100% accuracy on how they felt about the reading.
I think that people want other people to have answers for them so that they don't have to take a responsibility. The psychic tells you then, well, hey, it must be true. It's not good, knowing something doesn't make it fixed. Doesn't, it only means that you're recognizing, something.
I myself internalize and rationalize a lot of things that go on with my life from even an external point of view. I try to remove and maybe take a step back from the emotional aspect and consider what is going on, why am I thinking certain things, even look at myself from a third-party perspective sometimes. I think many people, they forget to look at themselves. I suppose a bit of a relief or calming to have an external person rationalize and articulate for you who you are.
This is what the sidewalk psychics prey on, because they look and people think, well, there must be some reason that I'm having these problems, and they have trouble looking inside. And a lot of people that go to sidewalk psychics are people with large neon hands in the windows, tend to be looking for answers. It's a very dangerous thing to give answers. I think that you want people to think for themselves. You want to just be a reflection for them. You want to be like a mirror, like a talking mirror. You want them to come to things on their own, because you're not telling them anything they don't already know. You're basically affirming, or you're confirming what people already know. They may not know that they, or be conscious of it, but they do realize it, they do recognize it. You're the only one that knows what's really right.